These are some of my walking horse yearlings, and there's a couple of colts in. There's a couple of colts. He's one right there, and black guy behind that one back there. That's Ed's Ace of Spades. This is Ed's Silver Spear, and these are a couple of fillies. There's Ed's Rocky Road there. And anyhow, I wanted to show you that they were just really roughhousing in here. And I want to just show you, like, because people get really misinformed about like the kind of weight horses can take on their backs and all that kind of stuff. These guys obviously aren't being saddled, or they're a year old, but the criticism starts with them at generally at, like, if you start a 2-year-old or something, people get their shorts all in a twist. And I'm going to see if I can capture some of this behavior real time. It's kind of, sometimes when you go to do it, I'm sorry, I'm zipping around, but I'm trying to find ones that are going to be climbing on each other and stuff like this, because I want you to see this. And they do this when they're together. They'll do this kind of stuff all throughout the day, just the whole time. They just keep jumping on each other, biting each other, and doing all that kind of stuff. And if you watch, not everyone has the opportunity actually to observe horses with a lot of other horses and to watch their behavior, but it's really helpful if you do. I'm going to pan back a little bit, but they seem like they're getting going here a little bit. But what they'll do, and I'll see if I can record, like I said, record when I'm doing it. All right, you see how they rear up like that? They'll rear up. They will. Zach is here. He's bringing another. That's a filly. That's Ed's Black Rose there. That one right there is Ed's Dark Waters. That's a filly. But here we go over here. So they're getting. See how they're biting each other here? Look, they're biting each other on the back of the neck, right around the withers, just right on the neck by the withers is where they do one of the things where they bite. And then they'll go and they'll bite them on the front legs, and then also the back legs, and they try to get them to drop. They try to get them to drop down. And they'll do this kind of stuff all the time. And then what they do here, hey, how you doing there? What they'll do, here they go, there you go, see, okay. And so they just chew on each other. And generally fillies don't do a lot of that, but these fillies are doing it pretty much. But what it does is when they do that kind of stuff, play in animals is, it has function. It has function to build up their bodies and their nervous system and expose them to all sorts of stuff. There's social things involved. There's physical things involved, like keeping them in shape kind of thing. Now these guys are chewing on me or trying to. How you doing? All right, just moving on. And I'm not getting any of them jumping on each other here though. They were just doing it. I mean, I see them regularly, like totally on the other horse's back. And I've seen them with their front feet over the one side and their back feet over and all 4 feet off the ground. Okay, and these horses are probably 600 pounds. Okay, and I get people worried about 30 pounds or 35 pounds saddle on a horse, which is, I think more people need to see this kind of stuff, just see the natural behavior, what they do. Of course, when I get the camera out, they're all quiet. They're kind of curious about me. I'm up here on this rail. See, I'm standing on this rail here. So they're kind of they're kind of curious about me. Horses are real curious. And that's one of the things when you train and work with horses, it's a good idea to try to tap into their curiosity. See, all right, here they go. Can't tell if that's one of the colts or no, I think that's one of the fillies there. That's Silver Spear. Yeah, they've all kind of settled down here. This one's pretty. This is, she's available. This is Ed's Rocky Road. She's a chestnut Sabino, and she's really flashy. Yeah, she's pretty. She's got, looks like, if you look at her, let me see if I can get on her eyes closer. She looks like she has eyeliner on. Pretty cool. See, I got this one here sniffing on me. What you doing there, girly, huh? What you doing there, girly? See, she's sniffing my boot, trying to nibble on it. Yeah. So we put them in here. We weaned them from their mothers, and we're gentling them and halter breaking them. But I like to get them out here to socialize with each other, you know, on a daily basis, and roughhouse and really burn it up and pound those hooves and stuff like that, you know. All real important. But we got to get them good to where they'll come up to us and be easy to halter before I turn them out totally out in like a pasture, because I don't want to have to. I want to make sure they're pretty good before we do that. And they're really close right now. They're all leading and stuff. I mean, they're not stellar at it, but they'll pass. You know, they'll move. We can lead them from their stalls to this pen and lead them around a little bit and do some stuff with them. We're picking up their feet and all that kind of good stuff. You know, get them used to, so they're used to the farrier, you know. And we'll start like with that. I'll probably show you in another video, but we'll have them like on a halter, like in their stall, and we'll wrap a rope around there, just one loop, not even a loop, but you know, like a U kind of thing around a leg, and we'll lift it up, and then we just see if they're going to kick and stuff like that, and then we'll graduate really pretty quickly to using our hands, and we'll lift up their feet, and then we'll if they struggle, I'll show you this in another video. If they struggle, we just hold on until they stop struggling, and then you'd release at the moment they stop struggling. Then they learn, oh, in order to get out of this, all I got to do is just relax. Like I said in a lot of videos, almost all our training, well, it is really, we try to end up with a horse that's more relaxed. Hey Silver, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? But so we'll do that, and then we'll tap the file on their feet, and we'll rasp them a little bit and just get them used to that kind of stuff. Anyhow, this is some of my yearling walking horses. I'm Ed, and check out our website, walkinghorses.com. Thanks for watching. Should people subscribe? They should. Hey, smash that like button and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.